Coffee Talk. Oh, that should have been the name of our channel. Coffee Talk.
And every time we had to talk, we could do coffee. That would be cute.
Yes, because we like eating.
Should we replace butter? You can eat it. It can replace a meal.
No, you can't. Just breakfast. Breakfast is not the most important meal. It's the first thing that you put in your body. Yes.
I discovered that too somehow.
I learned that a few years ago, and I'm like, yay, just eat pizza.
Because our body has no clue what time it is.
No, it doesn't. You know that we were actually not designed to sleep 8 hours a night?
Really?
Yeah, we were designed to just sleep in spurts. That's why newborns sleep here and there. Because that's how you were, born. How you were made.
Or something.
Yeah. You're only supposed to...
That actually does make sense. So we just train our bodies to do that or something?
Yeah, because society says that you're supposed to eat.
That's probably why...
Apparently I'm hungry.
That's probably why we get, tired throughout the day.
I'm tired all the time, and I can't sleep at night. I'm up all the time. I'm up for like a few minutes, fall back to sleep. Up for a few minutes, fall back to sleep. And I lay there, and I'm like, oh.
I can't sleep when I know I have a time. Because then I'm like, now I have 5 hours sleep.
We don't sleep with a clock because
it drives you cuckoo.
we haven't slept with a clock for years now, and I saw that when we did have a clock, we were just constantly, or at least I was, constantly getting up, looking at the time, and then counting down right to the freaking minute of how much longer I have to sleep.
Did you say something wrong?
No. Did you pause? Every time you pause, I feel like you slipped up on something. You just said pause. Because after I say something, like that was my only thing to say, so then I'm done. Communication is what we're discussing today. I feel like one of these times when I laugh, I'm gonna be like, you know that?
Yeah. I'm not even gonna do it.
I haven't done that for freaking ever.
So we went from trouble sleeping, to now we're gonna communicate. We're good at this, guys. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. My name's Sasha.
And I'm Tamara.
Today we're going to discuss communication.
I have a ton of stuff that I will discuss and talk about, but I feel like a lot of people don't really want to hear that. And so even sometimes with you, when we'll be sitting there talking, and then you just have like that straight face that you do, and I'm just like
trying to comprehend, the listening, like you can listen but not listen, and I do a lot of just listening, and then after I'm like, what is she saying?
It's my turn. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like, what do I even say? Because like it just like goes like through my brain.
One ear and out the other. Yeah.
So that's why I'm like so serious, because I'm trying to I got this.
I think I over-process what people are saying. I hear it, I retain it, but then I overthink it, and I'm like, what does that mean? Or like, are they pointing that towards me? Or, I don't know. And I think that's just my own insecurities and anxiety that I have that makes me think that people are talking about me to me. How does that make sense?
If someone messages me this whole topic of a story, then if I have enough time reading it, then I can give out good advice. Then if it's like bam, just like that, I'm like, I gotta think about this, and I'll sit there and think about it for 20 minutes, and then even if we're on to something else, I'm still thinking about it. So then I'm like, but
we'll come back to it.
I think that's what happens.
We're definitely topic jumpers.
If you can't tell.
When someone asks me for advice or tells me something, even we're talking about something, I always go back to something that I can say to relate. Like, I've had this type of experience or whatever. Then I feel like people are thinking, you make it so much about you, and it's all about you and what you...
Yeah.
But that's not
It's
what I'm
not,
trying. I'm
yeah.
trying to relate to what you're saying and then try to help you with, like, this is what I've done to
Mhm.
help with that. Or I'm not trying to be stuck up or make it all about me. I
No.
feel bad sometimes.
It's just because you're telling them basically, like, I've been in the same boat
Mhm.
and this is how what worked for me and this is not what worked for me because everyone's different.
Yeah.
So they'll either take the advice or they won't. But some people do think like that, like, oh, it's always about you. No, it's not.
Then some
Karen.
people are actually... I feel bad for people with the name Karen, honestly.
Yeah, who the heck even came up with the name Karen?
Why
couldn't
is
it
that
be
a Karen
like
thing? Just like
Kim? Or
Yeah.
why couldn't it be
Sasha.
Kufa or something? I don't know. But yeah, Sasha.
Why do we even have to be like that? Like, okay boomer or okay Karen
Who
or,
makes up these
you
words?
know, the Gen Z.
We're gonna contact them.
That's who. Like the next generation after us.
The generation.
Yeah, they like to come up with a lot of things of how to tell other people how to live, but don't tell them how to live. It's weird.
Word.
Don't say that. That's not cool. We're going back. It's so fetch.
I've never
See how
even
the
heard that.
Mean Girls.
I've watched Mean Girls a million times and never realized that.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a cool
Gretchen,
word.
right? Gretchen.
Yes.
That was
no. Was it Gretchen?
I think so.
Was Gretchen the ones that could tell the weather?
Yeah,
by
with the
boobs?
boobs.
Or...
No,
no, it's the
that
other
was,
one.
Gretchen was the blonde.
Yeah, we're talking. The brunette is the one that wanted to make fetch a word, and Gretchen was like, "Stop it! That's not a thing. Stop trying to make it a thing." Okay, Gen Z, take advice from Gretchen. It's not a thing. Stop making it a thing. That was so cool.
Okay.
Make eye contact. Don't read my thoughts. It's not cool. Who's the guy off at X-Men that reads your thoughts?
I've never even seen it.
Seriously? Why are we even friends?
This is why, like, I have such a hard time communicating.
You're not
and
experienced.
I'm not experienced,
Neither am
and being cooped up and not getting that learning experience with communication as a childhood and then, like, relationships, I feel like it affects big time. Like, I've come a long ways.
Mhm.
I can now, like in high school, I used to have to hide my face with my hair. And it's getting better to the point where if I'm, like, in a center of people and people are like, oh, Sasha, like, how are you? Like, my face will get so red.
I know.
And you know it's getting red, so then it gets
'Cause you
redder.
can feel it.
So I just have such a hard time with, like, expressing and understanding people's things because I'm like, I don't really know what that is.
Oh yeah.
I have no idea.
And I really do think that it stems from childhood.
Mm-hmm.
See, topic jumpers.
But it's true.
It is. What, topic jumpers or the
No,
childhood?
we are topic jumpers.
Yeah.
But it, like, with
The childhood,
communication, if you're not taught properly,
Mhm.
like, you're not going to know. You're not going to be able to do it.
I mean, look at Skylar. He freaking will talk on and on and on and on about a whole bunch of stuff. And that's because I do it, and I don't talk to them like they're children or babies. I talk to them to have a discussion about all kinds of things. That's why I really wish homeschooling would have worked so well,
Yeah.
because it would have been amazing. But they were zero effort on their part, which was very frustrating.
I don't know. I give people credit for doing homeschooling because it's hard for kids to learn because they're in their
It
own
is.
home in the comfort zone. It's
Yeah.
like, I don't have to do it. Like, we're not at school. We're
But
at
some
school.
people are great
I
with
know.
it, and they have like such a routine and
They-
all
yeah.
kinds of things, and their children are excelling with it. And I'm like, why couldn't mine be like that? I guess with some families it works, and some it doesn't. And you know, you do what's best for your family because you know your children best and you know your family best. But back to childhood, like, I moved around quite a bit growing up, so I didn't really have a chance to make like super strong connections with other kids, and I was always like the outcast, the shy girl, the one that was over in the corner. I tried, don't get me wrong, but I feel like people found me weird even now, because I am.
Weird. I would rather be weird than normal.
Yeah, I don't want to be one of those stuck up
people
ones that have like
are-
a ton of friends. I'd rather just find like a
few.
handful.
Do you, like, cry to movies?
Yeah,
I do.
especially if they're really sad. Like with The Walking Dead when Glenn died,
I remember Glenn,
I cried.
the main character.
No. He was a side character, but he was main in my heart.
Ooh, one day we should do a Q&A.
We should.
Like
Yeah,
you did.
like a
I still
friend's
love the
Q&A.
one that you did on your channel.
I got another one coming up.
Like, how do you guys, if you struggle with communication, how do you go about it? Like, what has worked for you and what has not worked?
Yeah, do you have any tips or tricks or something that helps you? Or are you still searching? Because I don't have any. I'm still searching.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I resort to like just closing myself and not talking, which is probably not the healthiest thing to do. But I don't know what else to do, because if I put myself out there, then I feel ridiculous and judged.
Right, but I feel like it's because you're not used to doing that. Like, when I go to places with my cousin, she is just like,
She's amazing.
hi, how are you? Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, that's amazing. And I'm just like, why can't I be like you? And then she's like, oh my gosh, I'm talking too much. Oh my gosh, did you hear me just say that? Like, she overthinks it, and I'm like, no, you did perfect. Like, you can be like me. I know. I'll do
I know, and I would be right in the back of like.
So, like, I don't know. I just wish I could be more outspoken, but then if I come to a point where I'm outspoken, then I slip up on words. Like,
yes, I
one time I went through the
words.
drive-thru, and, like, she said something about, oh, how are you? And I said, have a good day, too, or something. Like, I don't know. I overthought the whole thing, and I was so proud because I was like, yeah, like, because it was a girl from school, and...
Do you have to mentally prepare yourself to get to... Yeah.
It's so stressful.
The grocery store is the worst for me. Not that anybody's really going to talk to me, but like...
No, but it's just people, and you feel like when you walk in, they're like, oh my god.
Are everybody staring at you?
I knew
and
she was coming today. That's why we're here. I don't know. It drives me cuckoo.
Oh my god, look what she's wearing. I don't know. I feel so judged, and... But that's...
It's
my
us.
insecurity.
Yeah, it's us.
And I know that there's many other women out there that can relate to that. Because everyone has insecurities. It's just whether you let them bother you or not.
And they bother me.
Yeah.
I think I care too much what people think. And half the time people don't even think what I'm thinking.
No, people don't even know you. They don't even care. They're probably looking at you being like, oh my god, look at the boots. Those are awesome boots. Or like, oh, I really like her jeans.
Yeah.
Because that's what I think when I look at somebody else. Like, I find something on them that I like, and I'm like, oh my god, that's so cute. Or like, her hair's really pretty. Or, you know, something.
I do that all the time.
I try not to stare at people because then I feel like a weirdo. Oh, man.
And then I wonder why they're staring at me.
Yeah, right. And they look at you weird and you're like, oh, sorry.
Sorry, dude. The vibes.
Oh, the way people come off. Their vibes, their energy, just the way like they present themselves. That definitely has a lot to do with whether or not...
Sorry. Oh my god, I don't know why I did that. Did you see I'm just sitting there? Okay. Take two. The vibes. Presenting themselves.
I know, but that was so good, the way it was coming off. I was so worried about trying. A lot to do with how comfortable someone is communicating with them. Like, if you're having a bad day, have a bad day, all means. Like, everybody's entitled to a bad day. But, like, don't be so harsh on people, because you don't know what they're going through. You don't know, you know, I don't know where I'm going with that one.
It's just how, like, it's easier to communicate with people who are, we can, like, we go
Sensitive.
with the energy, like, sensitive, like, we can feel it all out. It sounds weird, but we really do. And, like, if someone comes in and that tension is up, like, we're just gonna shut down.
Yeah.
Unless if it's like a free-for-all and we're like, oh my gosh, okay, yeah, you're so cool to hang out with. We can be, like, we can talk, we can be who we are. Is that kind of what you mean?
Yeah, I think, like, if a certain person walks in the room, or not a certain person, but if somebody walks in the room,
Yeah.
and you could just feel how, like, closed-minded or... Oh, I can't even explain it. Like, I could feel it now.
Yeah, I know. You can feel it. Like, it's tight. Like, it's just that weird feeling. And that's
you don't
why,
want to be yourself and be, like, super outgoing anymore because, like, they're just a Debbie Downer. I'm looking at the door because someone's just going to magically walk in. You know who I'm talking about.
Oh, yes, I know. But yeah, so that makes it hard to communicate definitely. All in just general. Some like we're just weird, so we have a hard time communicating, and I think that's why we jump all over the place because it's hard for us to stay, and we feel too awkward keeping at one topic.
Maybe it's really hard to just keep at one because something else pops in your head, and then you talk about that, and then you're like, oh wait, I was talking about this. Because there's many other things that relate to that one thing, so then you're just like,
right.
Whoop.
We have to keep coming back, but yeah.
Let us know down in the comments how you feel about communication and socialization. Socializing.
Yeah.
That's good.
Socializing.
How you feel about socializing. I already said that.
Are you weird like us?
If you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.